Hey, this is Ray with Get Real Ray, a place and space for life and business tips from this creative soul to hopefully inspire you on your journey, or at the very least provide you with some laughs. And so I know I'm coming at you super aggressive right now, but we need to get real, okay? We need to get real about a couple of things. First of all, the fact that every time I decide I want to record something, this damn refrigerator behind me decides it wants to start making some noises. And the fact that once I start recording, the dog barks or a giant bus goes by. And for me, someone who considers themselves to try to be very professional in their giving and creation of art, these sounds are like stabbing my soul. Okay, so with that being said, I found a video yesterday, a video that I recorded in 2022. Don't worry, it's not all about me. It's gonna come back to you in like 2 hot seconds. Now this video, I was like, oh my God, I recorded this. We just came into 2026 and I recorded this in 2022. I should just delete it or post it or something. Like I never got around to doing it. And that has kind of been the story of my life, is that I start working on some stuff and then a million and one things get in the way. And I'm really trying not to have this long to-do list for my life. The same way you may encourage your loved one to take a look at Swedish death cleaning so that you don't spend months trying to get rid of their old collection of bottle caps and baseball cards. Like, what is this stuff? Why do you have the toy the Legos that I used to use when I was 2? I haven't used them in years. Okay, so when it comes to being an entrepreneur, having your own business, you just collect stuff along the way. And when it comes to being in the arts, you also collect stuff. Now, I have been one for getting rid of stuff over and over and over. Like, okay, I haven't used this fabric in 5 years and I know I love it. I know I purchased this fabric imagining a beautiful costume. But fact of the matter is that costume has not been made or will not be made. And so I need to get rid of this. Same with, games. If you had a child, if you do have a child, or when you were a child, right? An adult figure might say, do you think maybe it's time we let go of, we find a new home for Operation? We find a new home for Mr. Fluffle-Nuffles, right? You can't keep everything. If you kept everything from the moment you were born, your room would just be like this disaster zone of too much junk. And also things lose meaning. So we have to let go of some stuff at some point. And if you're not using it, it could probably be better off used by someone else. So lo and behold, if you have not started your decluttering for 2026, I get started. However, when it comes to recording videos for this channel, I have so much stuff that I've recorded. Initially, when I started this channel, I wrote out exactly what I wanted to say. And then I found I have to practice what I want to say in order to not have the video be a ton of me umming and stopping and starting. And that just took too much of my time because I'm not getting paid to do this. So I know YouTubers, I've seen videos where guys are like, I would go to work and do my 9 to 5 and then come home and see my family. And then I would be working on my YouTube channel from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. and then do it all over again 3 years in a row before I finally blew up and got my silver plaque, blah, blah, blah. That'll work for everybody, okay? Especially if, honestly, it's usually those single YouTubers who talking like that. But when you do have a family, when you are caretaking for other people, when you don't have a traditional 9 to 5, then that hobby or side hustle or new business, whatever you want to call your YouTube life, it takes time. It takes time. And you can't do all the things, and you can't be everywhere doing everything and all the times. So, and even if it's not YouTube Live, when it comes to any sort of working on something outside of your regular job, fact of the matter, fact of the matter is, it just takes time. I am not going to edit out my burp, okay? I'm just not going to do it. And now you're going to know why. Because I found this old video. It's about 20 minutes long. And I'm like, man, I look rough. I look real rough. I start the video really excited, really happy. By the end of the video, I am sweaty. My hair is a mess. There's like stuff, like literally in my hair, because it's clear that I have been through the ringer. The video may be only 20 minutes, but I have been recording throughout the day. I was trying Point Pickup for the first time, which is a company where freelancers go to a warehouse, fulfillment center, they pick up packages, and they deliver those packages to people. This is gonna be stuff that isn't shipped through Amazon, right? So, you know, could be anything, could be medication, posters, whatever. There was a point in 2022, I'm gonna say the whole side hustle thing probably started 2018, 2019, and then, you know, 2020, 2021, 2022, it was definitely pushed because people were trying to figure out, oh gosh, I'm home from my regular job and I need to make money, or I just got laid off from my job, I need to make money. So side hustle nation, you know, hustle and grind, whatever. And I needed to make extra money. I had another family member living with me. And while I didn't have to like pay for their food, there's just an added expense of having another person live with you. I didn't expect it to be much more than my regular bills. But if I wanted to take us to go do something, or just realizing like, clothes. I may not need clothes, but that person needs clothes, right? Or, I don't need any bedding, but that person could use bedding, right? Like, I'm okay with a sleeping bag, but I can't ask someone else to just live out of a sleeping bag for a year or something like that. Plus, my business sales had also gone down. So my expenses had crept up a little bit, but my business sales went down significantly. Actually, my expenses crept up a lot, not just because of the other person, but because of the contracts that I had with contractors working for my business. My predictions for sales just didn't pan out. And I did like 3 different scenarios. What's the best case? What's more likely to happen? And what's the absolute worst case? And then to find out, whoa, not only did we get the absolute worst case, but it's like worse than the absolute worst case. So we've got to do all kinds of things to keep this ship afloat. So I went out and I did Amazon Flex. I did Point Pickup. I signed up for Upshift. At one point, I was signed up for Jit Jat Joe, but I think I signed up for that before. I think I signed up for like 2018 or something like that. That was before all of this, the whole shutdown, all that stuff. So anyway, this 2022 video, I was doing my thing because I remember watching other people's YouTube videos about how they had tried these different side hustles and how it was working for them. And I said, I should do that. I should let the people know what it's really like, right? Get real Ray, what it's really like to do this thing. And I was excited. And excited to share, like, okay, so far I figured out you got to look for those batch orders, because otherwise financially it's just not worth it. You're going to be running around driving far out to get to a fulfillment center to pick up a package, and then have to drive far, possibly in the opposite direction of where you need to be in order to get back home. So now you're going from far to further to drop off a package, and then you got to drive all the way back home. That's hours, that's time, that's gas. It's not worth it. So I had this tip, pick up the batch orders. I learned it from this other YouTuber. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? I had 25 packages to drop off and 5 hours to get it done. And after like an hour, it took me an hour or something just to get to the first drop-off location, which was a gated community, which I could not get in. It was like a freaking estate. It wasn't even a community. It was an estate. I could not get in, so I had to leave the package like next to a bush. Now, do you think these people living in this massive estate really want to be going through bushes to get their package? But I also can't risk having the package being stolen. So already stupid stuff right off the bat. Having things in this app where it's like the address is wrong, and then contacting the company's tech support to be told, oh, we'll just delete the app and then re-download it. Okay, I did that, and the address is still wrong. What am I supposed to do with this package? And there were packages missing from the actual initial pickup, which I had checked everything and took the order, but now I can't get out of this one part of the app because it still thinks I have a package, which I do not have. So all of these stupid little tech things were just killing me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, good thing I'm doing this video. It's for real. Towards the end of the video, it was a 22-minute video, y'all. Towards the end of the video, my hair had come on, and I had stuff in my hair. I was sweaty. I was clearly like sad and angry. It was summertime, and I remember just being drenched. You can't tell in the video, but I remember like my shirt was just sticking to me. It was disgusting. And so I said, well, I don't want to post this just as it is because it's not true anymore. Like, I don't work for this company anymore. I would never recommend this company. And then I said, well, let me do a little reaction video. So let me react to this insanity that I endured. Just in case anyone else thinking of doing this kind of drop-off delivery, freelance courier job. And I recorded a reaction video, and I was so proud of myself. And I thought, okay, I did a good job. Now, first of all, I felt like I do not have the emotional bandwidth or the computer bandwidth to start using OBS or all this other stuff. Like, I have a very simple tech setup, and the whole point was to get this done and out. I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to put a lot of time in this. And if my video is only going to be getting like 2 views anyway, no, it's just to get this off my plate, to get this out there. There's some useful bits here. Get it out there. Be done with it. Quick, quick, quick. That is the name of the game for 2026 for me. Just finish it. Get it done without having to be slop. And I did the reaction video. I had tried to do it 2 different ways. None of them were really working. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to record on my phone, watch from my laptop, which was great, until I decided, let me fast forward a little bit of this because I just want to get this done. And I have spent over an hour trying to sync up the part that was skipped. And there are things in this video I'm like, did you see that fast car? And this, that, and the other thing. And I'm rewatching the original footage, and I'm like, where's the car? Where's the red fast car? I said, I made a stank face. Why don't I see a stank face? Why is the end of my reaction video not matching up to the end of the original footage? And there's like an extra 5 minutes or something. I cannot match it up. And I'm fed up. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Not gonna waste time. So, what is it that I really want people to know? Well, one, know that if you are thinking of doing a side hustle, please factor in the amount of time it is going to take you to do that side hustle and the amount of money you're receiving. Because a lot of these side hustles that people on YouTube are promoting do not match up to what they are telling you. Anyone telling you, oh, just go ahead and do voice narration for a book. You can use, I think the website is AOX or something like that. You can just use that and you'll find all these books that people need voiceover narration for, and then you can record it on your phone, and then your book will be on Kindle and you'll make so much money. No. You want to know why? Because there are professional voiceover artists who are also on those sites bidding for those jobs. And if your audio quality is bad, if it's amateurish, if you can hear the refrigerator or the cars outside, the idea of, oh, just be in a quiet room with a microphone, no. There are things that people who are very serious about voiceover narration do in order to make the sound crisp and clear. I have recorded in closets. I used to use soundproofing in closets, like pad that up like a quiet room. Blanket over the head. People on YouTube talk about just standing between your clothes. Well, how long is that book? If it's a 2-hour book and you're standing between your clothes to pad the sound, and you're trying to, what, hold the microphone, hold the laptop so you can read the script at the same time in order to record that narration, and you are going to need to be talking at length for a while if you're recording a book. So that could be a couple of hours right there. And you want me to bid on this job that's offering me 20 bucks, 50 bucks? And I just put in hours? And what are you going to do if the client says, you mispronounced that word and I'm going to need you to do that again? Like, you have to address narration issues in terms of diction, punctuation. If someone says that they need something edited, they have the right. I used to take Upwork clients, and I did have people who would send me these scripts, and I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce that, and I cannot find anything online to help me with the pronunciation. Sometimes it was medical terms. Usually you can find something online for a medical term. But one thing was like talking about ancient China. And I'm like, I can't find anything online about this particular fact on ancient China. How do you want me to pronounce it? And they always got back with, we don't know, just do this other thing. Just record this other video. Great. So I just spent time looking through all this material that you sent me, and you don't even know how any of this stuff should be pronounced, and you have no source to get me the correct information. So now I got to spend time to check this other script that you sent me to make sure that's okay. Already, remember, time and money, right? So already the value is going down. So no, voiceover narration, audiobooks, it's not just click on your cell phone. Sorry, not like that. And you might be saying, oh, but Ray, now with technology, we got, everything's got AI. It can enhance your voice. Even on your phone, it can enhance your voice. I guarantee you, people who do this professionally, they are making good money for a reason. And people who care about the quality of their sales are going to want to make sure the audio quality is as good as it can be for what they can afford. You already know what it's like when you watch something on YouTube and it has that AI voice. And a lot of the times, people are like, ooh, what's with this AI voice? Now, even with AI videos and AI generated images, there is a backlash, because I'm seeing more and more videos online where people are talking about how to spot a fake whatever, a fake recipe, a fake sewing pattern, a fake video, a fake photograph, fake. How to spot AI generated, how to tell if it's an AI generated voice. Yeah. People are not thrilled. They're not. We're at first like, oh, isn't this cool? After a while, we were like, why does that person have an extra thumb? Why does the speech sound all stutter? What's going on here? There's a level of dissatisfaction. I remember speaking to some 20-year-olds about some photos, and I just said, tell me what you think of this image. And one girl was like, I don't like it. It looks like one of those AI generated images. It just don't look right. And everyone was like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's just off. I was like, okay. What do you think of this other image? Yeah, I like that, right? So there's a level to which the human mind, eye, brain, ear is just resistant to AI, whatever. Okay, computer generated, whatever. So don't think that just clicking a little button on your cheap software, or maybe your expensive software, but chances are if you're doing it as a side hustle with your cheap software, don't think that's going to solve your problem and make it able for you to create something that is of high value and be paid high value for something that really is low quality. I had a friend who used to record a podcast on his phone, and he would always chuckle. They always think I need like special microphones and lights and things, and I don't know why. I mean, I just turn on the phone. I don't even need a mic. And I would always be so bewildered. Like, what? Huh? You got the same phone I got. Your phone ain't great, so who? And I do have a feeling like maybe in post-production, the team was cleaning up his audio for him. Or maybe they just didn't care. But when it comes to like people who are in the business of audio and video, they know. They can tell if it's something recorded on a phone or if it's something recorded in a proper space. There's a reason that business exists. And there's a reason why that business isn't going to suddenly die out just because of AI. If someone's telling you to go pick up packages and or go on, job a day, flex jobs, snag a job, snag a gig. There's so many different websites out there where you can get a job just for a day, or you can just pick up hours whenever you want. Doing delivery for Uber Eats, DoorDash, Point Pickup, Amazon Flex. All of these things take time. Some are better than others, but the entry level was very low because the amount of time is high. The amount of money is not. It's like that for a reason. People who are like, oh, you shouldn't have to go to college. School is horrible. I'm willing to work. Just give me the job, let me work, and I'll learn on the job. Yes, you can learn a lot of things on the job. But the people who have a skill and who have spent a very long time strengthening that skill, they make more money. It's the same thing in sports. The kid who grabs a bat and just starts swinging it around and is like, I can be a baseball player. Don't you just need someone for the team? I will smash that ball once you throw it at me. Okay, swing. Can you hit the ball? Do we need to make the bat bigger? Because you keep swinging and you're missing a lot of them. So, but the other kid who's been working on his swing, who has control over using the bat, who can tell when to swing and not to swing, that kid has a higher value to our team. It's going to get more time on the field or whatever because he's worked on his skill. So, we all over the world are in positions where we need more money, and sometimes you just need something to pay you, and you don't need it to be forever, and you don't need it to be a lot. You just need something. I get it. I am there more often than I want to be, for reasons that are not for this video, but I get it. And I've done a whole lot of these different little side jobs. You know, people say, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Follow your dream, follow your passion. It takes time, it takes money, and it's not easy. So, the next time you feel yourself falling for one of those videos that say, it's so easy to pay off all your bills with this one side hustle, with this one magic trick, with this one thing. No, It's probably not that easy. Probably not. I remember a Uber driver saying, yeah, my friend, he purchased this Tesla and he was able to pay it off in like 6 months. He would just do a few hours before coming into the office and then a few hours on his way home. And I thought, wow, I want to be able to do that. Now, what I don't know is whether or not this man dedicated any of his regular money from his regular job to the payment of that car as well. I don't know if he got any kind of deal on his car. I don't know if he had an amazing strategy for his Uber rides. But I know that the idea of making $30,000 via Uber in just 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, over 6 months, no. Not in that area that I spoke to this Uber driver. And if you're not sure, talk to an Uber driver. Hey, how long you been driving for Uber? Yeah, how do you like it? Some people say the money is a lot different nowadays. How is it, right? Because I've talked to drivers who said, yeah, I used to make like $100K and now, whoo, I'm struggling. Now I gotta be out here working longer hours. Too many drivers. They changed the rules. Changed how much to pay. And it varies by state, it seems, or city. So if someone's selling you something that just seems too good to be true, well, baby, I got a bridge that I would love to sell you. Let's talk. Okay, so yeah, I'm deleting the original video in my reaction video because I couldn't sync everything up together. It's, doing reaction videos, it's a skill. Okay, some of those videos I see, I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? What am I reacting to? But it definitely is software that it's not part of my main path in life, so I'm not investing in that. Maybe you'll see a reaction from me one day, but today is not the day. All right, my friends, look at that. Done and done, checking it off the list. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, peace.